Oh crap, it's time for another great episode. Booze and booze, everybody. Today we got a great show. We got the one and only Adam Kimmel on today, owner of Madison Seminary, Farfield Infirmary. And we're going to be talking a lot about MADCON this weekend. Who should I bring in first? I got to go with Matt. Repping the team. And it's Woo Wednesday, so you know how it is.
Dual purpose.
All right, I'll just bring everybody else in.
All right, bring him in.
Nobody else gets introductions.
Matt, you'll be happy to see I'm drinking White Claw's knockoff.
Okay, you're
happy?
fired.
You sure I'm happy about that?
Did anybody else see Kimmel's name?
No,
you guys can't see names.
No, we can't see it.
You took our names away from us, Mike.
Yeah, we don't get to have names. We're nameless.
Hey, Kim.
Well, I'm going to bring Adam in, and you guys talk to him, and I'll figure out how to put the names back up because you guys have been good this week.
You had 2 weeks to figure that out, buddy.
I also didn't change Steve's intro picture.
I'm just giving up on it at this point.
Hey, Addie. Hey, Tim.
Are you in
What's
your
going on,
closet,
everybody?
Kenna?
I am.
Hey, baby girl.
All right, everybody. We're just going to bring in Adam. We're going to bring in. Nobody came to see us. Everybody came to talk to Adam.
They came to see me, too.
You say that, but I think.
Oh, look at him.
Hey, hey, is my name showing up?
Not yet. I got to figure out how to
Mike is
do that.
excited about it, but we don't know.
Mike doesn't allow names anymore.
I'm very excited about it. How's everybody today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Steve, I'm waiting for this. You got to see this. Anyway, I'm excited about this interview, guys. This is a big one.
There it is.
Probably the biggest one of your life, right?
I like the name. I do.
So after your last appearance at Madison, there's been a name being passed around, and it's become like a Madison thing. Everybody in Madison's talking about Hottie Brody. Or Brody Hottie, however you want to put it.
Yeah, I saw the name tag that you guys made up for me for MADCON. So
yeah. So yes. Well, it's funny, dude. I'm out here at Madison right now. We're talking MADCON 3. It's a cystic fibrosis fundraiser. We've been doing this for I don't even know how many years now. It's the third out here at Madison. We did one out in Indiana before. So far, we've raised $6,500 for cystic fibrosis.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, consecutive over those three, and there's no doubt over this one we're going to break the 10,000 threshold. So
definitely, I'm pumped. I'll be coming in Friday, so I'll be seeing you in a couple days.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's so funny. When we were planning this, it felt like it was so long away. Like in January, we started planning this, and like everything else, dude, now it's here. It's here. We're like a day away, 2 days away, whatever it is. What's today? Wednesday? I lost track.
Yep.
So yeah, dude, we're right there.
Pumped. And I guess two of these other guys might show their faces on Saturday, is what I've been hearing.
I've heard rumors.
Right. I'll be there at 10 o'clock.
I'll be there. Somebody's got to bring the sexy out to Ohio. That's me.
I heard rumors we're going to be joined. We're going to be joined by Matt and Mike. Yes.
I will be there, actually. I will be there at 8 in the morning.
Oh.
Nice.
The quickest way to get away from the kids, the earliest. I'm okay with it.
Right?
It's my day off.
I don't be anywhere at 8 a.m.
Right.
That's not in my cards.
No, Broat's been out here at Madison. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Broat was here at Madison. Oh God, dude, back in the beginning, 2016.
I came in right after you bought it. February 2017 is when I came out.
27, yeah. Because like that was like right into that first winter.
Yeah.
And that's when we used to wear hazmats around here and burn stuff. Anything we could find to get rid of trash. Dude, those were like the Wild West days, man. This place was a wreck, and Broad can attest. It has come a far way.
It's crazy.
It's massive.
It is. The first night I pulled up, it was about, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night in the middle of February. So there's like 3 feet of snow on the ground out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, they're probably all just like either getting ready for bed or hanging out, like chilling. And I pulled around the back of the building, and there was like a 15-foot bonfire with like 20 people standing around it in the middle of the snow, all drinking wine. And we sat out there till like, 1 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
1 in the morning, I'm like, all right, get some sleep. Like, I've been up all day. I worked. We'll get some sleep. We'll get up and do some work tomorrow. And 1:30, we're getting ready to go inside. And he looks at me. He turns and goes, all right, you ready to work? And I was like, dude, it's amazing. So we went down in the basement and started painting the basement floors at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we're crazy.
I'm so excited. I've been to Madison twice and haven't even met you yet.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you were out here not too long ago. A bunch of you guys got together. I think it was Scars Encounters event thing they were doing.
Yep, we were there with Eddie.
Yes. Yeah, Eddie Pence.
Matt's here. What's up, Matt? Mr. David Woolever's in the house.
There's a whole bunch of people. Hi, everybody. We're not ignoring you.
Ashley. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm in my closet.
I thought we said Erin was banned from this show, Matt.
Is she in there? She got to go.
Yeah, I heard she got white girl wasted last week.
2 bottles.
I wasn't on the show last week. I was packing.
Well, that was something else. She can chime in on that. I didn't tell them that either, Erin. Hey, Cindy.
We guessed.
Yeah, you guys kind of figured out. You filled in the blanks, right?
I heard
Cindy will be out there.
Wasted.
Well, that's how they do down in Scotland. They just drink until they can't. Till there's nothing left.
That's Ohio as well. That's what Browns football.
Okay. Yeah. But no, I'm excited though for like all this. And now Tori and Kenna, you guys, where are you guys from?
I'm in Kansas.
Oh, sorry.
Kansas?
No, you're fine.
Where in Kansas are you?
Southeast corner.
I'm in
Way
Atlanta.
far away.
I was trying to decide what region of Georgia I was, but I'm just going to say Atlanta because I don't know my geography.
I'm sure everybody's heard of the Joplin, Missouri tornado that happened several years ago that wiped out Joplin. I'm about 30 minutes from there.
That's the best way that you can explain where you live.
Pretty much.
Ohio that destroyed lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get them to come up to Madison, but they're too cool for us.
They won't do. These two won't do any events with us. Like Steve, myself, and Mike get together.
I will as soon as I'm off travel restriction.
Yes, I've already chosen.
We're all on travel restrictions.
Hey, Ohio got pulled off our list yesterday for the mandatory quarantine.
I made a call, bro. It's okay.
Yeah, I figured you would. I wasn't worried about
it. I got you. But no, that's a little bit of a trip from Georgia and Kansas. I can't even speculate Kansas. That's like got to be at least, 14 hours, 15 hours.
Yeah, I looked it up once and I can't remember because I was talking to the guys, they were going to go, and I was like, well, maybe if I can get off travel restriction or whatever. But it's quite a stint.
Yeah, no, it is. But in time.
I got about 10 hours.
I will make it up there one day.
Wait, so are y'all driving there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know.
Michael was like an hour, right?
Wait, so where is it located again?
Ohio.
Well, yeah, Madison, Ohio.
Everything's in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio's crawling with places and paranormal. I guess the way I'd reference it, if you ever heard of where Lake Erie's at, we're about this property here, Madison Seminary, is about 10 minutes from the lake. So really close, great. Broad's seen it, you know what I mean? When he comes up, always a good time to check out the lake when you're up here. Now, I'm not sure, Tori, for you, the Fairfield County Infirmary will be closer by about 3 hours.
Oh, awesome.
Because that's southern Ohio, but still like a little less of a trek.
Yeah, I just Googled it. Madison is 13 hours and 50 minutes for me.
Nah, that's nothing.
It's 11.
Yeah, you're good.
That's a walk. That's a simple walk. But so no, now Mike or Matt, this is going to be your first time to Madison.
Yep.
So this is going to be cool.
I can't wait.
Mike, you've been here twice.
Mhm.
You came one time before, and then the last time with last group.
Yep.
What did you guys? Matt? What did you or Mike? What did you think last time you were here? Anything good happen?
The second time I came, it was a little bit of activity. The
Mhm.
first time, unfortunately, it was dead.
That happens.
I went there with Gilmore and John
Mhm.
Ward, and this
Yeah,
was
yeah.
before. I think this was before we formed Dead Republic.
Mhm.
I almost fell asleep on the asylum. Right
Yeah.
there in the middle of the floor. There was nothing. Second time around, I think it was me and Zach Moore.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Zach is.
we were walking around a little bit and doing some stuff with Amanda and Scott, and I mean it was a little bit more of an activity. I think I got more activity in the bathroom the first time I went than any other location area
Yeah,
in the
no.
building.
Those bathrooms are active. Like that's not
Yeah.
even. Those are an active. That's an active
weird.
area.
Grandpa
I've actually heard
sneak
that
up
too
on
about
you
the
in there.
bathrooms.
It really is. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny about the paranormal. You get it comes in waves, and I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
talking to someone about this. I had a group from Tennessee that came out to film at the infirmary, and they had a really active night. And I was talking about the team that came in before them because they were on a Saturday, and the team that was there on Friday, nothing. Right? It was no pun intended, but like dead silence the whole night. And I've seen it at Madison where a team will go really hard on a Friday, nothing, and then that Saturday team, it's like a portal to hell opened up, and it's almost like the dead are on a delay. You know what I mean? Like they
Mhm.
got them ramped up the night before,
Right.
but then they couldn't really do much until 24 hours later. And I see that pattern a lot.
Yeah, we had
But
Matt and I went to Old South, and we with a
Yeah.
couple of friends, and I've heard so many stories, but the night that we went,
Mhm.
we got a lot of footsteps, but other than that, it was
Mhm.
like silent. Yeah.
yeah,
just-
Old South Pittsburgh's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with it. There's absolutely something wrong with it. I would put it in my top 3,
Yeah.
easily top 3. That psychiatric ward on 3rd floor. Whew, there's something.
Yeah.
That's
Something's
where we
crawling around
heard
up there.
something walked above us, at least a good
Oh, yeah.
like 6 or 7 heavy footsteps. So we ran up there, and then it was like
And we all
like,
heard that.
footsteps
Mhm.
behind us here
Mhm.
and there. But other than that, so yeah, that night we didn't get a lot.
I'm lucky enough to then, start having my dreams about Madison. It happens every time before I go out there. I had a dream about Madison last night about activity and stuff, and being like isolated from everybody else and stuff. It happens every time before I go out there. I start having these weird dreams about Madison. I don't know what it is about Madison, but I mean, obviously, it's got some kind of weird effect on me, especially up in that top floor there. It kind of kicks my butt a little bit. So I'm excited to get back out. It's only been 4 weeks since I've been out there, so I'm ready to get back out. I missed you opposite weekends, Madison and Fairfield.
I know.
So,
I was out. I know. Trust me. I wanted to come out here. I was at Fairfield that weekend.
and then I was at Fairfield and you were at Madison.
Yeah. Right. So, it's been a wild ride, and for everyone tuning in,
Hi, Bambi.
talking MADCON 3 cystic fibrosis fundraiser.
Jane.
We do
Hey,
this. Hey Tim, seeing the comments come in.
Didn't mean to do that. Total accident. I do that periodically.
So yeah,
The
it's a
wrist
cystic
tap.
fibrosis fundraiser we do, and the paranormal community at large, you guys can all vouch for this, is an amazing group of individuals. It's how Madison was saved. It's how the Fairfield County Infirmary was saved. You get so many talented people that are doing so many great things, and it's literally all hosted by paranormal friends and all of us. It's an incredible project. And you talk about paranormal unity in the game and stuff, and I studied politics, right? So like human nature, there's no unity. There's always going to be conflicts. You can't really just say it's the paranormal.
Right.
It's just people in general, right? But what I have seen in the game with everyone that has come together at Madison Seminary, Fairfield County Infirmary, even with you guys out here doing a show and stuff, it's like this new awakening of the paranormal, of just everybody kind of just working together, common goals, and it's actually moving things forward. It's incredible. It's an incredible time right now in the paranormal.
Even if people want to refer to Fairfield as an eyesore, right?
I saw that.
Politicians, man. It's honestly, I love it. I love it. It's like free publicity anymore at this point.
Yeah.
We learned we had some problems in Madison, and that was my first taste of it. And until they understand what we're doing, because as of right now, what we do is not taken seriously. in a lot of battlefronts. There's a lot of places where the paranormal's looked at as a joke. All of us can relate in our towns and something. If you wanted to start something, you're always going to have politicians not understanding what you're trying to do. And I actually thought I was fine in Fairfield. The community has embraced it heavily. They wanted to see the building saved, and they know the building's haunted. I mean, it was their active health department for almost 30 years. They all were spooked out by it. And to call it an eyesore, and bro, you were just out there, man. I took offense to it because I have to mow that lawn like every 4 days. I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
no, that building is not an eyesore. That building's in great shape, and you just in a short amount of time that you've had it, all the stuff you've already done with it, and like again, seeing Madison in 2017 and then seeing where it is even now, like I can't wait for Fairfield. I can't wait for you all to get in there that long because it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. I know I'm going to be out there a bunch. I know we've been talking about stuff, so I'll be at these spots a bunch pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah,
I want to talk to you about in person too for next year.
Yes.
I've got an idea up here that Jason and I are going to discuss with you in person on Saturday.
I love it, dude. I can't even wait. Is it Saturday yet? Is it Saturday? Let's do it.
It's probably a terrible idea.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Steve, go fuck yourself. Mike can't say that. I can.
Did you see Kenna's face?
Wait, hey, I didn't say GD.
That's why she hides in the closet.
Go change
Her
yourself.
face melted.
And let's give another congrats. 2020, dude, is actually a win for the paranormal. When 2020 started, I was like, this is going to suck really, really bad. And everyone I know out here in Fairfield, everybody's winning right now. Everybody's doing really great. But I'd like to put the spotlight, I don't know how you guys are seeing my screen. It should be over here. The hottie Brody himself. Congratulations, if everyone doesn't know this, but the Saratoga County Homestead is going to be the season premiere episode of Destination Fear. And if anyone has not paid attention to this, but bro, you're like the first line of defense out there, dude. Like you are killing it, man. Like putting a lot of hours. And
that's why everybody's still breaking in.
That's why it's we're working hard. You know, I've seen what you guys do out at Madison and at Fairfield, and that's what we're working towards out at the Homestead. We got a few more hurdles in our way, considering it's been abandoned for 50 years completely.
Oh yeah.
It's got a little bit of damage to it, but you know, I know what can be done, and I know what we've already done in the short amount of time, even with the pandemic. I was pumped when Dakota and them came out. It was cool. They're great people. They're all super cool.
You know what ran through my mind, Matt, the whole time? What's that?
What?
I said Steve kept it a secret from all of us too.
I had to.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to sign your life away to a certain point.
You know what ran through my mind the whole time they were explaining that, Matt?
What's that?
The only sentence out of Steve's mouth every 5 minutes when we were at Wilson. There's somebody breaking into Homestead right now.
I know it.
Sip a beer.
Oh my God.
You guys, you know what? There's someone breaking into Homestead right now.
I should be at Homestead right now.
Dude,
I'm leaving. I'm going to Homestead.
I literally I'll be just sitting here doing something, and I'll be like, son of a bitch, somebody's inside. Like I just know it. Because I mean, obviously, we're in the very early stages of securing the building, so it literally doesn't have doors on it. Like there's not a door on the building. So people
are telling everybody
it's all over the internet. People are in there every day.
Yeah.
At this point, people are in there every day. I'm doing my best to keep people out. And it's just always in the back of my head. And whenever I'm up there and I'm leaving, I hate leaving because I know as soon as I leave, people are going to come. I mean, I kick out cars and cars of people every time I'm up there. And I get it. It's an abandoned building. It's super cool. People want to check it out. It's been abandoned for 50 years. A lot of people don't even know that it's been purchased. But if people that are breaking in were breaking in just to check it out, we wouldn't have nearly as many problems as we do. But they're breaking in and spray painting and setting fires and breaking walls. And so it's just one of those things that there's going to be a point where they're going to damage it too far and we're not going to be able to bring it back. And then nobody's going to be able to come in anymore. And that's just not what we want. So we're working on it. We're getting there. They were great. I was excited to meet them and have them investigate. It'll be a good episode. I'm excited. We'll see what else goes on at the Homestead in the future.
Hopefully they cut your interview out.
I think they might.
I know we cut it out of ours.
I didn't even get to interview last week. We were there. I just sat on the side.
We didn't do it. Wasn't like a interview type documentary. The whole thing
changed. Talking, so
Cindy, we've all offered numerous times to help Steve, and he just does this. He wants no help.
I've never once. I need all the help I can get.
I've been asking to help you since March, bro, since COVID hit. And you're like, no, we can't. I'll be here, but you can't come here. That's a hop, skip, and a jump down the pike for me. I would have been there every weekend. I've got nothing better to do.
That's
But
like
now I'm too busy.
That's 9
Now
hours.
I'm
for
a
me.
big deal, so I can't come.
That's 9 hours for me.
Now you have to pay for me to show up.
But everything bro just said, dude, like you're right. Security to properties and stuff. Don't worry, it does go away over time. I lost a lot of sleep after Madison because until you get the security thing figured out, plus getting it on the map, that actually helps. When you're so active, like Madison Seminary is sold out to the end of the year, and so is Fairfield, right? So you have built-in security when teams are there. Not much to work. It's down the road. It'll all help and stuff. And we were talking about lighting and stuff, and it's a project and it's the one passion. Like when I first met you, I knew you got it, and I wish you lived closer. I wish we weren't separated by like almost 10 hours. Or you and I would be collabing hard with a lot of stuff. It's just that's the crazy thing about the paranormal, like meeting all you guys and stuff. Actually, Mike, you're probably the closest to me, right? So
Yes, I'm an hour away.
An hour and stuff, but like it's crazy if the stuff we could do if we all just live kind of close, but you meet the best people in the game. Unfortunately, there's some distance, you know what I mean? But
How did Marcus take Fairfield? How?
dude, he's a machine, man.
Dude, he's a beast.
Like he's older than me. He always has to remind me of his age. It's the way he roasts me. He's 37, I'm 36, and I can't keep up with him. He's a machine.
It's the energy drinks, dude. He'll drink like 4 or 5 Rain energy drinks a day.
Oh, is that it? Is that the secret?
Dude, that and fucking chocolate chip cookies.
He came out.
That was $5. Time out. That was $5.
Dang it.
Yeah. We had volunteer cleanup Friday and Saturday. He came out for both days. I didn't see him stop. We got so much stuff done.
He needed that. He needed that trip. I know he doesn't watch this show, but he's been down in the dumps lately with a lot of personal shit, and you know it slowed down our edit. It slowed down our edit a little bit on our next documentary. But he messaged the group right after he left Fairfield, and he goes, "I really needed that." So
dude, it was
I'm
good.
glad he went out. I'm glad he went down there.
They got to. They investigated both nights. He got to sleep in there. Like he was. Well, I mean, there was some moments they weren't too pleased about because it's a little creepy. It's definitely got a weird vibe to it.
Oh,
So where did you make Marcus sleep?
Actually, I didn't make them sleep anywhere. I thought about it. I think they all ended up sleeping at base by the end of the night. But I think you want to sleep in the funeral parlor.
That's because nobody wants to sleep around his snoring.
Big
Dude
talk for
snores
2
like
p.m.
He snores.
Though that Fairfield's no joke, and that's like what like almost freaked me out about it a little bit before, because I was at Madison the week before I went to Fairfield for the first time, and obviously I've been out to Madison a bunch, so like I know what to expect out there. It's still obviously creepy and has that vibe, but when I walk in and all the volunteers are like, "Oh, you're at Fairfield next week," I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Have fun." They're like, Madison doesn't scare us, Fairfield scares us. They're like, "It's different."
Yeah, dude, it's
So
dark.
What is it about Fairfield? What's the history and the information that y'all have picked up so far on it?
So like this time, like I'm gonna compare the two, Madison Seminary. Madison
Yeah,
Seminary.
I don't know anything about either one of them. So break it down for me. I want.
Kenna lives in a closet, so
In a closet tonight. It's all right. It's all right, sweet Kenna. I got you. So Madison Seminary, over 150 years old. It used to be a health department like the others. Used to take in mentally ill patients, residents. It was a poorhouse. Huge amount of history. Actually, it kind of reflects the same at the infirmary, but I'll get to the differences, especially with the infirmary there. We are uncovering a lot of stuff in Madison. We just found out in the 20s there was a possible suicide murder in the caretaker's wing. It was actually a superintendent's wife who put a revolver to her stomach and shot herself with a pillow to silence it. And that was new. And it's like the articles are so buried, and it's over 100 years old. So this stuff's going to be hard to find. That's wicked. The top part, it is a very large structure. And on the biggest structure that's to the one side, I want to say east, maybe the west side. That's the most famous side. On the very top is a former asylum, you'd call it. There was a giant rec room and then ward rooms where they would have kept certain patients. That would have been bustling and booming between 1920 and 1940, and then it would calm down to where they weren't doing that stuff as much. We do have a Civil War spy, Elizabeth Stiles. In her final days, she actually passed away in the old Civil War wing. She worked directly with Abraham Lincoln. So you've got some awesome Civil War ties to the building. And
Me and him
whatnot.
share a birthday, folks.
You and
What's
Lincoln?
that? Whose
We have the same
birthday is it? Whose birthday?
Me and Lincoln.
Or an Abraham Lincoln share a birthday?
Oh, no
We're
way.
a few years off in difference, but the same day.
Just a few. Yeah. So rich history there, beautiful place. Then you have something called the Fairfield County Infirmary, and I had my eye on this for a while. Actually, Jeff Fent had sent me a picture of it back in 2014, and it's what's eerie about it is I remember I get locations tossed to me all the time to look at. That one, I don't know what came over me. I was like, that'd be really cool to own. There's something really cool about that one because I just loved how the structure was designed. You went around a bunch of old houses. There's an old blacksmith house in the back, old kitchen, old storage house, and then you have the infirmary on top of that. There's a big barn out back and a chicken coop. Now, it dates back to 1828. Has a lot of modifications. Here's what's crazy about the infirmary's rules versus like Madison Seminary, because Madison Seminary didn't separate their sexes. They mainly had all women, but there were a few men at certain time periods that come through, but there was never like any rules that you couldn't talk to each other. At the infirmary, at the turn of the century, the men's ward and the females' wards were separated. There was a bunch of rules. Men and women couldn't talk. You couldn't be drunk. You had to have cleanliness, no swearing, no alcohol. If you broke any of these rules, and let me stop right here. This is documented because I thought this was all bullshit. This is all documented. And I've had departments come in, fire department, building department, like, yeah, this is real. This is real life. They would put you in one of the wards at the end of the hallway. So each ward had their own jail cell. The women's jail cell is still intact. So when Destination Fear filmed at Fairfield County Infirmary, that's the jail cell that moved and opened up. And on multiple occasions, I haven't seen it. I've come back after working and the door that I had closed would be open or vice versa. And I'm still in the process of getting the internal cameras in there so I can have a stat cam on it. So anyway, you break the rules, you're in that room for 24 hours. If you cooperate, they'll let you out. If you don't cooperate and your attitude resumes, you will be sent upstairs. You're not going to believe this either. The dungeon. And the dungeon isn't in the basement. The dungeon is on the 4th floor. It takes up the entire structure up there. Like, it's not separated. It's pretty much wide open. And there's one wing to it called the chicken coop. It's separated by a door with chicken wire, and it got its name. So why would they take you up to the dungeon? It was because you didn't cooperate after 24 hours of a timeout. They would indefinitely, and that's a very important word to hang on to, indefinitely chain you upstairs to hooks that still remain there. And Steve, you've been up there. The hooks are still up there. And dude, you can tell these hooks, I'm not historically accurate at times with construction tools. Like, I don't specialize in that. But if you even look at the nails that hold those hooks in, they're like these old square nails. Like, I've never even seen this stuff before. You can tell it's over 100 years old. So it went that you would be chained up to those walls. There'd be screaming nonstop. And if they wanted to let you out, they could. But if they didn't, they didn't have to. There was a superintendent in the 20s. His name was Hummel. And he's not the only vicious one. He's the one we found a lot of documents about. But he was in the newspaper constantly with the town telling him, you got to get rid of this guy. He's terrible. He's beating the residents. He's beating the transients. And transients were people that were homeless and would come through and stay there. They would be like indentured servants. And Hummel would be outside beating them. And when people would drive by the infirmary, that's what they would see. I mean, the dude was ruthless. And you can only imagine if he's doing this on the outside, what was he doing on the inside to these people? Now, it is interesting when people come to ghost hunt and we as investigators dig into this. I've always had this theory. I'm not a big subscriber to demons, and that's just me. We have our approach, and tomorrow, if I get more proof, then I'll be on the demon bandwagon. But I think if you're an asshole in life, you're an asshole in death. Charles Manson died, a few years ago? Do we think that if his ghost is running around, he's going to be a really nice ghost? You've now let out this heinous murderer, and he's freebound. He's invisible. He's a cloaked enemy. We can't see him. He's going to scratch you. He's going to try to possess you. He's going to try to hurt you. That can be misconstrued as a demon, right? Because it's just something that vicious. No, that's Charles Manson. And there are others like that. Now, what I'm getting to is Hummel, from what I'm gathering in these documents, was a tyrant. He was a dictator. He wanted to rule the infirmary with an iron fist. Those kind of people don't want to lose power, even in death. And we all know that the dead retain their human emotions. They still understand language, their feelings, their emotions. If he was a tyrant then, he's a tyrant now, and he still believes, I believe this, he still wanders around there thinking he owns the place. A lot of senses are picked up on someone, a very domineering figure, a male presence that thinks he's in charge. And I do believe that his energy stained the walls there. So that's just one layer there. Now here's something else that's cool. From a paranormal standpoint, anyone listening normally be like, what are you about to say? So there is an active stream that actually runs through the building from the back. It's a natural stream that comes from the hill, goes underneath the building, and actually separates into 3 smaller streams. That is a natural energy source from the paranormal standpoint. You have that running water. And it's funny, when I talk to teams after big rainfalls and that water's running underneath the building, their activity's off the charts. When we go through a drought, you can actually see a correlation. It definitely is the car battery that building needs. Then on top of it, there was a realtor that tried to buy the property before I did. And he ran. And this was one of the people that I met. They were like, yeah, there was a realtor here. He was only here for a short time and he booked it. And I was like, well, what scared him? And they were like, it wasn't the ghosts. When he did ground penetrating radar in the back, there's a cemetery that's owned by the city. And we have an idea that there are about 1,200 unmarked graves. It's literally a mass grave back there. And it's only about 200 feet away from the infirmary, right? In the back, though, the open property that is just the also giant hill that's also attached to the deed that I have is there was ground penetrating radar done there, and it was all these dots. And everybody was like, what are those dots? And they finally figured it out, that the dead were stacked upright. And it's the pings of the skulls. So, you know, you can use the cliche of the dead are not at rest. You have a lot of unrest souls, no names. There's no markers to them. One of the cemetery guys stopped by, and out of those 1,200 that we know are in the cemetery, I think they have about 27 names. Like, that's it. That's all you got.
There's only like 4 headstones left up there too.
About right. About 4 headstones, and they're washed away. Like, you know what I mean? They're like a limestone. So it's the water has really taken a toll on it. So with those 2 factors alone, there's something very, very wrong at the infirmary. It's a different kind of haunting, because Madison Seminary is haunted, but this one's like a dark. It's almost like you can feel the death. And I only say that because I'm not sensitive, but if my body feels something's off, I'm like the lowest grunt, dude. I'm the lowest superhero level of any detection, and I can walk through that building and it just feels so like despair. There's so much despair and misery, especially on the ground floor where the morgue is, and you're.
Bye, Adam.
Okay, bye.
The demons got him.
So that's our show.
Since we're on a break,
Good
just
night,
so
everybody.
everybody knows,
Oh, wait, we're
there
on a break?
is.
If we're on a break, why are you talking?
Well, because he's not. Because he disappeared.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't see
Sorry,
you.
can you still hear me? No, I lose the cam. I lose the cam.
We can hear you.
Hang on. I'm going to join back in. I had a phone call come in. Actually, this is funny. You won't believe who just called me. All right, hang on here. I'm going to leave the chat and come back.
Okay, go for it, Tori.
Yeah, Tori.
Okay, there is a group called Beyond the Senses that is doing raffles, and 10% of the proceeds of that go to MADCON. The donation, there's donations made to MADCON 3 for the cystic fibrosis thing. Currently, there is a raffle for a weeknight investigation, Sunday through Thursday. Like, you get to pick one of those days. But they're $20 a spot. It's a raffle that you can win an overnight at Madison.
I think Matt jumped in on that, right? You jumped in on that.
Yeah.
He took number 20.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did.
There's 13 mistaken.
this
So-
routine was taken, and that's being ran by like you said, Madison, and Shelly's doing all those.
Yeah, this is what it looks like.
I haven't won anything off that page yet. I'm kind of getting pissed off about it.
You
too.
came in like second that one time I was watching it.
Well, second place is the first loser.
You're not wrong. Oh, that was from the SLS camera too. You were real close for that.
That's a way to be positive.
I mean,
So-
he's not even kidding though. Like Fairfield and Madison both, like their grounds outside the building are just as active as the buildings. It's unreal the activity that we've seen outside of Madison. And then at Fairfield, when I got there that night, I was crashing in the white old like superintendent's house that's on the property there. And I remember the first thing Madam Addie says to me is, "Hey, you're sleeping in the White House, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, we just found out recently that somebody killed themselves in that house." I'm like, "Awesome. Like, that's a great time to tell me that." So I walk inside and Becca was in there and I was trying to be quiet because she was sleeping. So like I'm sneaking upstairs and I put my bags down in this one room and I come back down and Becca's up and Addie's talking to her. And I was like, "So where did that guy, where did he kill himself?" And they're like, "Oh, at the room at the top of the stairs on the left." I'm like, exactly where I just put all my stuff to sleep.
That's your room. That's your room, bro.
I crashed in there. It was weird. It felt like, because you have like some stuff in there. There's like a chair in one corner. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I just felt like this guy. I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me because I know the history, but like I just feel like this guy sitting in the chair, like leaned over, like just staring at me while I'm sleeping. And I was like, well, this is going to be a great night's sleep. I can already tell I'm going to sleep great all weekend here. But it's I know Nick jumped in the chat over here. He came out with me. He helps me out with Haunted Nights events. He's been investigating forever. He said Fairfield is by far the most active location he's ever been to. So he loved it out there.
We need to get down there.
I've heard a lot of good things about. Actually, I think we talked about that on a previous podcast that we had done. That I had heard a lot of good things about Fairfield, and like even some of your most seasoned people are saying it's probably one of the most terrifying places they've ever been.
It's intense.
It is. It is. And it's kind of like how Madison goes in waves. Here's some theories to this, is that I think the dead at Madison, they understand what's happening. I've actually told the dead here, if there's somebody you don't want to talk to, you don't have to. I don't want you to think this is puppetry. Only talk to the investigators that intrigue you, because they understand this building is saved through research and they get friends out of it. You know, they get to meet people constantly. So the dead at Madison are very seasoned. They know what this is about and they do enjoy communicating. We get great communication, eerie communication and stuff. But now here's Fairfield. It's uncharted territory. It's the Wild West still. I don't think the spirits know what we're doing. And a lot of our senses have picked up on that too. Just all this confusion. Why did this building go vacant and really quiet for a long time? And all of a sudden, everybody's up in your business and they're trying to talk to you. Like they're not just using it as a health department. They're not using it for whatever, for storage or art galleries. Right. They're coming to talk to you. And that's really weird to them still. And we're still in its infancy. I just got the place in February. Even since then, I've really only investigated the place 3 times. I'm always constantly working. So have I seriously bunkered in? We filmed an RU episode. I'm in the middle of processing that. But other than that, like we've had maybe 30 some teams, 40 some teams, you know, it's uncharted, dude.
They are. They're like inquisitive. They're
exactly
right
very.
They're right there on the edge of the room or right on the end of the hallway. And the shadows we were seeing up on that 4th floor in the dungeon area up there were some of the craziest shadows I've ever seen. We had a group of like 15 people sitting in this spot just watching these shadows like dart back and forth.
Yes.
From where the apples are over towards like the chicken coop.
Yes.
But then they would like poke their head back out around the door. I mean, it was like they really are like trying to get a feel for what's going on and get a sense of the people that are there and why they're there and if they're okay. It's cool. It's a cool type of activity to see.
What kind of activity are people picking up? Like what activities and stuff are happening to them experience wise?
Just recently we had an individual almost had to walk out, was in tears, just overwhelmed by the energy of presence of a very angry male, suspected to be possibly the superintendent or another male figure that does not like women, belittles women. That kind of mentality is what was being thrown. And this woman was sensitive. She was talking about having the ability, you know, so whenever you have people walk into the building like that, you know, I don't judge anybody. I listen to everybody because the gift is out there. and I like to watch them. I like to see what happens to people that say they have the gift. And this one individual had a breakdown. It was just a lot of disembodied voices on the main stairwell, and that makes sense to me because that would have been hustle and bustle for over 100 years. A lot of residual energy there. The shadow play, though.
That might be the one thing Fairfield has so many staircases that go to the same spot. That it's one of the most confusing locations I've ever been to.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Addie gave me a tour the night before the event, and I was like, listen, I'm going to need you here the next night. I'm like, I'm not going to know where anything is. It is so confusing, the different ramps and staircases and just all the different ways you can get to the same spot in the building by going in different areas. It's super confusing, but the staircase, like he said, super active for voices. I heard such clear whispering down right after I came off the stairs, down by the jail cell door that closed in Destination Fear. I was walking down that hallway, and I mean, I heard people talking. I thought it was somebody in a group, so I called out to them. I said, "Hey, I'm just coming to check on you guys, see how you're doing." I didn't want to scare you. Like, I'll be right there. So I'm walking down the hallway. I can hear the voices getting louder and louder. I got down to the end of the hallway. There was nobody even on that floor. I mean, those are some of the clearest voices I've heard anywhere in a long, long time. So I think disembodied voices are a big thing at Fairfield.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
I have never heard Steve talk this much in my entire life.
Except for last weekend.
Yeah, according to Rini, that's all he did at Wilson was talk.
Steve said like 3 words the whole weekend.
I know, right?
Because Fairfield is. Oops, go ahead.
She was just getting annoyed by the same sentence as much as we were. Someone's breaking in. Someone's breaking into Homestead.
Homestead.
Homestead. I just cracked open a beer. I gotta leave. Homestead.
When I have my haunted bed and breakfast in Savannah, I will be the exact same way about it. I promise.
Oh my God.
I get it. I get it, Hottie Brody. I get it.
It's tough. Tori, what were you gonna say?
We love you, man. We love you. We're just giving you shit.
I was going to say because – go ahead.
No, go.
Okay. I was going to say because Fairfield is so new, what kind of responses are you getting? Are they more like curious, or are they more like, for the most part, I know they're not all going to be the same, but are they more curious about the people that are there, or are they more like, get out of here, we don't want you here type thing? What would you say would be the most common response?
We've had a lot of distress, the typical help me. A lot of help me's. Not as many get outs as you would think that come with that, the aggressive like get out. They're just actually this last weekend we were doing stuff, and there's a guy that helps me out. His name's Dylan. Awesome guy. Him and his wife volunteer out there, Dylan and Amanda. And they're very new to ghost hunting. So this is cool, like to take someone that's never really done it before and throw him into the arena. And he had a very odd episode last weekend of he saw, and he's a straight shooter. He's a former Marine. This dude, I believe when he talks, he's telling you the truth. He walked into one of the rooms and he was yelling at this male entity that we were picking up on the devices. I got active EVPs, just very aggressive stuff. So we set Dylan and another girl in that room alone, and Dylan saw a black mist spiraling around him very slowly. It's like what we see with our eyes when it's something darker than the darkness or blacker than the black. Your eyes catch that. He saw this in this room, and that's very intriguing for someone new to the game to describe it the way we've seen this. We've seen these mist figures. I've seen it at Trans-Allegheny, a figure that went into mist and went into the ceiling, When he described that, I knew right away. So, yeah, there are a lot of things that people are picking up on. The disembodied voices, like I was saying, and the footsteps. It seems so cliche, but I heard footsteps up in the dungeon with 2 of the Mad crew. April and Ashley were with me, and they were grabbing my shoulders like, Kimmel? And I'm like, Kimmel doesn't know what to do if someone's here right now. And if it's especially a ghost, I don't know what to do. 5 thick bootsteps. And wow, we were the only ones in there. It was wild. So yeah, just it's new to them, and I think it's triggering a lot of things. A lot of energy is coming out. So yeah.
Wow.
I know I need to get down there. So
March
let me
2021. Booze and booze.
Well, I'll be doing a bunch more events out there. I know that.
I know we all are. So Adam, what are you going to let the Booze and Booze cast that are going to be there do Saturday?
After this meeting, I never intend to talk to any of you again.
Very smart.
Until after Saturday.
I don't blame you at all.
I'll take
He
what Matt
canceled
says
my
here, let's
November
try.
event at Madison already. I got the notification while we were on here. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be
That was
great. You
canceled.
guys get a road trip together. You guys all get to hang out together. That'd be awesome. Live.
We're gonna be
broadcast
there
of the Infirmary,
Saturday.
ghost
What
hunts.
What are we going to be allowed to do Saturday? You got the three of us. Four, if you're
It's
going to be there.
heathen activities, dude. It's going to be actually. You know what's great about MADCON? It turns into a giant family reunion. I used to try to, really focus on it, and I'm like, okay, let's make sure nothing goes awry or crazy, dude. It's MADCON. You're bringing in the entire paranormal community. It's a riot, bro.
It's
you saw
wild.
last
It
year,
is.
dude.
It's cool.
Fun.
It's super cool because you get to meet like all
Oh,
these
yeah.
people that you're friends with on Facebook and that
Yeah.
you're investigating all these spots and that you're talking to, and you finally get to meet everybody. And since you've been talking on Facebook forever or whatever, and you've probably been on a podcast with them and you've probably done, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool to finally get to hang out, and it does. It turns into like just a big hangout. And
Oh, it is. It's a big hangout, dude.
And the
Yeah,
coolest
it's
thing
wild.
is, like, because it's so many paranormal people, you learn like so much. Everybody has different techniques and different ways about going investigating. It's cool to actually be there in that kind of like atmosphere with all the different ideas and see kind of what happens.
And Bro can attest to this. There's no judgmental stuff here at Madison. Dude, we're the crazy kids just like everybody else. There are no rules to the game. And that's what's so great about it. When we all get together, we learn from each other. There's no right or wrong. Just get the dead to talk. That's it. That's the game. So whatever it takes.
And just know that Adam is always watching the security cameras in and around the building. He sees and hears every single thing you do while you're there. And he can talk to you from wherever he is in the world through the cameras, and he'll do it without warning.
Sweet. We got the
Way to
Hottie
give
Brody
it away.
watch.
Way to give it away, Steve.
Oh God, dude! The first time he did that, we were walking down the asylum floor. It was at our Madhouse our Madhouse event, our premiere event. We're like walking down the asylum floor on a tour, and we're all just minding our business. It's like me, Alex, JP, and Keith, and all of a sudden we just hear Kimmel going, "Hey boys!" like through the camera's mic, and we had no idea what was going on. It was that's something that
That's
always
funny.
Yeah, no, I always have the Brody watch when we do flashlight tours. I put promotional videos together. It's wild. Everybody really enjoys it. A lot of people come back just to get on film. You know what I mean? They're like, so they can tell their friends, "Hey, that was me. I was down, in the buried room, wherever."
Yeah.
But bro, when you were just last there, I hurried. I was actually in Fairfield, remotely viewing Madison, ripping the footage, putting together a promo. You're still on the ground. And I put a promo together of you guys giving flashlight tours that night. And
you posted it that night when I was like going to bed. I get a notification. You tagged me. I'm like, how did you already edit all the video footage from 20 minutes ago when I was in the building?
yeah, it's wild. I've been doing it for a long time. I just whip through it. And it's funny when I'm watching this camera, I'm looking for like peak moments. People are having a great time, stuff like that. It's really cool. And it actually shows people how much tourism goes through. Because the paranormal has saved these buildings, but when we do flashlight tours or even cystic fibrosis, that connects us with the outside. It merges the worlds together, and it's so cool to see people experience it. A lot of people run out. I don't think we had a bad night last time you were there, bro, but we get some people that pull up and they're like, no, this isn't what we thought. It's different,
We definitely there was a few people that screamed while I was there last time in the flashlight tours.
There's gonna be screamers.
It wasn't even people being like malicious. It was like if one tour guide like came up a little bit behind the group and the one scared person happened to see them, scream immediately. I mean, it's cool because people are still in there and they're checking it out, even if it's not something that they usually do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild. But well, anyway, guys, I got a few minutes left. I got to jump on to another show. It is PR all over, getting ready for MADCON and jumping around. But before I leave, I want to say that I really like this project. I think you guys are killing it. Hottie Brody, I just got to point at you again, man. Damn. All right. So you guys are doing it great. I think this is awesome. I love the distance between all you guys doing this. And can I just say how clever that name is? I actually said it 3 times because it was so clever.
Yeah.
Is that you? Is that
It
you,
was
Matt? I was like,
Mr. Matt Warner.
That was my contribution.
that's you
His name
threw
is
down.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst.
Yeah.
booze and booze. And I was like, that's so smooth. That's
what we
good.
do. We drink beer and talk ghosts.
And you got Matt up there shining. He's shining.
That's what we do.
But for anyone tuning in and still here, MADCON 3, if you find yourself near and around Madison, Ohio, it is going to be a huge collective of the
That is a
paranormal
month's
underground.
worth of beers.
And I don't know, he's mumbling about beer right now, guys. All right.
My wife's yelling at me. My office is cleaned.
So, cystic fibrosis, if you have a loved one that's affected by this, or even just want to help to the cause, it's for Easton Musgrove, Chris Musgrove's son. About 5 years ago when I first met Easton, I knew nothing about cystic fibrosis, and I made a promise to Chris, I'll do whatever it takes because we have the power to change timelines and make the world better. And whatever I can do every year until this is done, we will change cystic fibrosis CF to cure found. So every dollar counts. You know, we're all good for it. We'll keep pumping it until we can find a cure. Saturday, March. What month is this? September. I didn't say March. I said March, dude.
March.
I don't even know. I'm a time
It's
traveler.
been a long day.
Yeah.
September
been a long
19th,
year.
Saturday, between 10 and 5 is the actual con during the day. It's going to be a madhouse. Come on out, help us raise money. There was something else I was going to say, but yeah, look it up, guys. Oh yeah, I can feel Addie saying this. I really need to emphasize this for anyone that's watching. For those people that cannot make it physically on the 19th, tomorrow is the last day to get your tickets online. We have a ton of amazing locations that have literally given their locations up for free to be raffled off for cystic fibrosis. Saratoga County Homestead is one of them. I could go on the list. We've got the Conjuring House.
You got to get into Wilson Castle.
Wilson Castle is on the list. Mohican Castle.
Wildwood Sanitarium.
Mansfield, Trans-Allegheny, yes, everything. We've got everything on the list. And guys, tomorrow's the deadline. After that, we're going silence on the phones because we got to work on the ground.
Where can they go to find that?
So you can go to your mom's house, or you can message us on the in case you didn't hear that, because that was funny. So that was all Mike. All right, that was all Mike. I'm not gonna take credit.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie.
Was that you, Matt? All right, I couldn't see.
No,
It's a damn Brady Bunch grid up here. I can't even tell what's going on. So you can message us at the Madison Seminary Facebook page, or you can call our business line. Let me see if I get this right off the top of my head. It is 440-721-8937. You can rewind this and hear that. Text. We don't take calls because we get flooded all the time. Text the business line. Tell us how much you want, and we will give you the PayPal address to send it. We'll put the tickets in for you. You just got to tell us where you want those tickets distributed, and may the best man or women win.
It really is. Like every big location out there, like you're saying, Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, Naka County Jail, like every single location that everybody wants to go to has donated.
All reported in.
a free investigation for a night.
Free investigations, dude. Guys, in case for people listening, guys, free, no strings attached. I hate strings attached. All right, I'm not going to do something weird to you. These deals have been set up. These deals are free.
What if we want that though?
And
He did weird things if you ask.
A lot of these locations are places. A lot of these locations are places that a lot of us investigators still have on our bucket list and have not been to yet.
And now they're here. Here
Get
it
there
is.
before us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But thank you guys. I had a blast
Adam.
talking to you, and we're gonna see some faces this weekend. So
Excited to see you Saturday. Excited, man.
One quick question for you.
Yes.
You got one question.
If somebody wants to make a money donation and they don't really want to participate, is there a place that they can go to donate to MADCON or cystic fibrosis?
I'll send them my address.
So it's if you text our business line, if you just want to donate, let's say you're not interested in the paranormal, I respect that. That's okay. We'll get you later. But if you are interested, you can text our business line or message the Madison Seminary Facebook page and just say you want to give us a donation. We have a PayPal link set up, and we've already been funneling the money directly for CF. We already know what's going to be raised. We have a giant check we're going to be showing. It's awesome. We can do that. We can accept PayPal, and you're set. And we give you a giant thank you.
Awesome.
One more. How much are the tickets to the raffle? We got one question. How much are the tickets for the raffle?
So the ticket prices, I've only had to rehearse this so many times. they're set up in increments of like 20, 30, 50, 75, and 100. I know off the top of my head, $100 will get you 150 tickets, and so on. You kind of break it down. I think 75 is 100 tickets. Don't quote me on that. The way to figure this out, though, is to go to the MADCON 3 event page. Just type in MADCON 3. Addie Gaddis has led it. She's got it all set up. You can't miss those details. And I apologize. There's so much going on. I'm trying to think
You're
numbers.
fine.
I thought it was March, guys.
It's
Come on.
fine.
Yeah. So but you'll
He's
find
trying to
all that
start this
information on
quarantine
there.
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Quarantine
so
begins.
much for
Yeah.
being here and talking about MADCON. It's super exciting. I'm a big fan of
Yes,
fundraisers
yes, right there.
and
There they are,
Addie's
right
in the
there.
chat. There you go.
so
Addie's got it. I know
She's
she's
been
watching.
quiet the whole show.
She's watching.
$100
got
on
you're the
your way,
best.
right there.
I've got her in my ear. It's okay. She just chimed in. So, but
Yeah, thank you again. We'll be seeing you this weekend. Go get on your other show.
yeah.
can't wait, guys.
All
Can't
right,
wait.
thank you so much,
Thank
Adam.
you.
I'm
Saturday,
excited
man.
to finally meet you, buddy.
Awesome, guys. See you soon.
See you
Bye-bye.
Saturday.
So
Awesome.
on Booze and Booze, we have 1,672 followers. If each one of those followers donated $1, that would be $1,600 that would go towards.
1672.
Yes.
So wait, somebody came up with something to mention? Holy shit.
Oh,
Who?
Tori.
we actually have some kind of thought process. Tori's actually being, she's smart, unlike all of us. So
Listen, I went back to school
No.
today. I can't do math.
I guess that's what happens when you drink coffee and not beer during a podcast.
so-
Right.
Coffee.
Right.
Thank you.
That's why we keep you guys around.
And in the comments, I also saw. Hold on, I gotta find it here.
Hey,
I got a half-empty one.
We'll see Dustin this weekend. Dustin's driving all the way from Texas to MADCON. I think he leaves tomorrow, actually. He's driving about 22 hours to come out to MADCON. He was there. He was out there last year, so.
Yeah,
I don't
Tim,
have time to just drive out anywhere. I've
Make
got like
time.
you gotta
crap.
plan it. You gotta plan it.
no. I just hop on a plane. It just makes it easier.
So hop on a plane. We'll see you Saturday.
Speaking of that, what's up with Oliver House there, Kenna? You want to message me about
It's
that?
official. It's official.
Thanks for letting me know.
I'll be at the
I
jam.
did let you know.
No, I haven't talked to you in a week, but cool.
Oh, well, the Oliver House is going down, so that's a good thing.
We'll talk off this. I don't want to get all them excited because
Tori's got something to say. She was looking at something.
Yes,
What
Deborah Fawcett in the comments here. Old Lavaca County Jail, I believe they donated a night in their raffle. They are also participating in the Paranormal Relief Project for 2021. So there's
That's
our
another spot that
location.
I've heard crazy things about too. So that's another spot everybody should have on their list.
She is an awesome lady, super nice, super cool. You guys, she's really cool. So
I think next week, since it's pushing 9 o'clock, we didn't get to announce our Wildwood donations.
Do it. We got a couple minutes, guy. We make the rules.
Yeah,
Do
we
it.
good.
Okay, I mean,
we
Do
do
it.
it.
Get after it. I got to take a piss, but I can hold it.
if you guys want to announce the Wildwood donations, it's very simple. We did not raise as much as we were hoping. We did not get the ability to do the streamathon. Maybe we still can. Maybe a couple days down the road. We were unfortunately only able to raise about $200. So, good thing is we do not have to dress and drag.
Yes.
But here's a twist. Matt, I'm going to let you take it.
Matt dresses in drag anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt was.
I'm going to dress up and drag for this investigation anyways because I don't care. I think it'll be funny.
But
And
we will still have the Wildwood investigation. It is still scheduled with Lori. So
I would like to think that Mike and I are on the same page about what I'm going to announce. And if not, we had some vitamin C's over the weekend. Who knows?
There was a lot of vitamin C's over there.
But we've
I still
decided
have
to
one left.
We've decided. Oh, I got about 40 of them, dude. I bought way too much.
Mine are gone. That's why I got these tonight.
Your man card's getting revoked, pal. Not that you had one. You had a little boy's card, but. So what we decided to do is kind of tweak it, as opposed to doing the traditional fundraiser. What we want to do is open up tickets to come and investigate it and kind of find some price points, right? What are we going to do with that, Mike?
Why are you leading that to me? This was your idea. I thought the idea was we're not going to do the challenges anymore.
Right.
Well, we're going to do the challenges, but the people that are donating money are going to
get to
get
come
the
out and
opportunity to investigate.
Yes.
It's basically like buying a spot in the investigation via donation.
You're buying your spot to investigate.
And if we hit a certain amount of sales in a certain amount of time, that's when the drag comes back, correct?
Correct.
I believe.
I'm putting it out. I'm going to dress and drag anyways. I'm going to shave my legs. I'm going to wear fishnets, and I'm going to get comfortable. And I'm probably going to rock commando because that's the only way to go.
I think you should wax your legs.
Ooh.
And then
If
do
we
it
hit a
live.
certain number, I'll wax my legs live. How's that sound?
Less razor burn.
Yeah, you don't get irritation bumps.
Well, we can wax my legs on live if we get certain numbers. That'll be the telethon part of it.
I
We
do
will
not
be
envy your
doing that.
position.
I don't care.
I think we could do both eventually. I think it can come down to the distance of the location, because I do want to open it up to locations to reach out to us. And
Yeah,
then
I
we
think
get
that's the best
choose
way to go.
location. And if it's close to us, we can do a donate for your spot to investigate with us, or do the challenge, which would be what we've been doing previously. So Shiona, I do got to say, when we do investigate Wildwood, I think it's going to be in the spring. With Booze and Booze, you got to pay your own way, but you donated the most out of that $200, so I wasn't even gonna put names in a bucket.
But
Bye, Tori.
Bye, Troy.
See you later.
Well, like I said, Shiona, I'm not going to blow up where she is, but she's in Canada, right over the border, so she can make it out there.
Well, Shiona, unfortunately, if you come investigate Wildwood with the three of us, there's gonna be a lot of manhood swinging all over the place.
I don't know if Shiona's going to be able to get being around me in person.
It's kind of is like, why am I still here?
Aaron hasn't chimed in yet, which is bizarre.
You kicked her out. You kicked her out of the chat.
I didn't. Mike
Tori
did.
just left. Who?
You kicked Aaron out a while ago.
Oh, I didn't kick her out. Oh,
I
did she
can't
actually leave?
tuck it back, Katie. It just doesn't work that way.
Did Aaron actually leave? Don't
Hey,
make me feel
welcome
bad.
back.
No, Aaron didn't leave.
Oh, don't make me feel
No, my computer decided it was going to do its updates and shut down.
bad.
So that's what happened.
Shiona, we'll sneak you over the border.
I will
So-
tell y'all this.
So after 9 o'clock, I think this podcast becomes the Man Show paranormal version.
Oh, Kenna's got something to tell us.
I
Boys
do
on
have to tell y'all
trampolines.
something. Y'all need to hang in tight for until November 13th. We are in Mars retrograde. And I know that y'all hear people say a retrograde and you don't understand what it is. It's like,
No, Aaron, you're not allowed to leave, but I do want to know what happened last week since I wasn't here. Because I heard you got really drunk.
Retrograde.
yes, the retrograde. It started September 9th. It lasts until November 13th. So you have to look at what
We're
planet.
going to get effed.
What?
It's going to F us all.
Yeah, so hang on.
Oh,
I'm gonna
and
read.
Dustin, that is why we call Steve Mr. 3 to 5 business days.
3 to 5 days. I'll get back to you on Messenger.
Mr. Steal Your Boards.
You have to invite him to a third-party chat and then tell him to check his DMs.
Yeah, sometimes I check. I'm
I
really
actually got Steve's
come
phone
in.
number. It works well.
It does, right? I answer that pretty
It
good.
does. I mean, it's incredible.
It's much
Good idea.
faster. It's not like they both go to the same exact place. You know, I get both of them on my phone, but apparently text messages just get answered. And you
Anyone that
finally-
wants Steve's number, you just ask me. I'll give it to you.
he'll pass it out, $5 a piece,
Free.
Steve,
Tonight
how do you
only.
pronounce your last name? Is it Brat or Brot?
however you want.
Well, fuck. That's like
I like to
pronouncing-
say brought.
That's
It
like
is Brat.
pronouncing
It's
next
Brat.
week's guest.
It's
Is
Brock.
it Class or Clace?
I don't know.
I think
but
I-
I
oh,
won't
shit,
be
I
here.
gave away our next week's guest.
I won't be here next week.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Just kidding. That sucks. But I did just give away next week's guest, everybody. We will have
You did.
Daniel Class, however you
It's
say
Class.
it, owner
It's
of
Class.
Hinsdale
Class.
House.
Daniel
Wow.
Hinsdale.
Daniel Hinsdale House.
That'll
And
be
he's getting ready to
exciting.
release that series that he's been directing.
And he's also going to be at Wilson Castle October 24th for my extravaganza that most people in the world will be at that want to make the trip.
Is he going to be at
Corey.
MADCON tomorrow or Saturday?
Yeah,
He is. Yeah, he's a speaker.
He's at
definitely going.
MADCON. Yeah.
He'll be there Saturday.
Speaker, yep.
You guys are both coming in Saturday, right?
I will. Be
I don't.
there
I'll
Saturday.
either be there Friday late night or Saturday morning. I don't know.
All right, back to Kenna. She got her retrograde stuff pulled up.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to make sure that I said the part right. So each planet is in charge of something. Like Venus is love.
Just don't say Uranus because I chuckle.
I say Uranus. I always say your mama jokes too, like he did, but I'm scared I'm going to say it to the wrong person. So you asked something earlier today, and I wanted to say your mama, but then I was like, yeah, I don't know it's mama, and
My mom would like that, so it's okay.
I don't know.
I always say Uranus. Yeah.
What's
so
happening, Kenna?
Everybody's waiting.
this retrograde. So the whole thing, the way that the retrograde even came about was way back in the day before technology, when the people of the land used to have to use the stars in the skies to tell the time and to tell the year and stuff. When they would come into these retrogrades, it appears that the planet is moving backwards. So as we're making a rotation, it looks right now that Mars rotates backwards. So what that would mean for like farmers and stuff, they would think that the world was ending. They would think that it would be chaos. They would think, for some reason, it brings about a lot of negative energy. And so right here it says Mars is known to rule your initiation, your action, your moving forward, your war, fire, military weapons, stuff like that. So it's like really, not only that, there's a new moon tonight. This new moon is so important for your next 3 months. Like this is with this retrograde happening right now, it is so important to set your intentions for the goals that you're wanting to do, but don't go diving headfirst into any projects right now. You're going to see a lot of breakups. You're going to see a lot of stuff slowing down that you might not want to slow down. Everyone needs to understand this is part of the Mars retrograde. Everything that it affects, like relationships is a really big thing right now. Libido, relationships. You're going to be getting into like.
Why are you talking directly to me right now?
Huh?
Ladies? Oh, libido. I was close.
Oh, libido and labia are two totally different things, my friend.
Can't have one without the other, though, can you?
One is a noun and one is a verb.
Whatever.
One gets the libido going, though.
Yeah. Okay.
What happened to the show?
But yeah, it's management.
It's after 9 o'clock and nobody's watching.
It is so important right now to have patience. And also, you're going to see a lot of breakups. You're going to see a lot of conflict and stuff. It's important to know that what you're seeing now is face value. If you see someone showing your true colors, take it at face value right now. The retrogrades, well, I'm going to post a thing on my page and share with y'all, so it'll give you some good information.
It sounds awful.
It's always awful.
But it's only awful if you don't know how to deal with it or you're not prepared for it. If you understand that the
What if
retrograde,
you just don't believe in it?
Then
you'll have a shitty time, and then you'll look back later and be like,
Well,
I'm hopeful that Erin listens to you because I shared this whole thing with her the other day.
What determines retrograde? Time?
No, Mars is doing something right now. So when you watch Mars in the sky, if you want me to get scientific, I'll have to share the link because
send it in the chat. I'll maybe look at it.
It's an optical illusion that Mars is doing. I might actually, let's see.
Caitlin, hi. Welcome to the page. I do not have a tension headache. The back of my neck is a little sore, but my eyes and temples are good.
His neck is sore from carrying his big head all the time.
Ooh, Steve with a zinger.
From sucking dick.
What? So inappropriate.
Mike, that's a $20 fee to the Wildwood.
You can fuck off, and that's not an extra $5.
25.
Of course it is.
Mike has donated the most money to the Wildwood.
First of all, Erin, we are not going to have a rough time because I'm in a positive light and I vibrate at a very high frequency. You need to get your shit together.
It's important. It's important.
I've got a ball that's 60 million years old in my hands.
50 to 70.
That's 60.
I have a ball that is 36 years old in my hands.
How old's the other one?
About 38.
What happens?
I don't want to know.
We lose the guest and we lose our minds. Adam talked the entire hour. We just listened.
Sometimes it was needed.
I guess this is what happens with retrograde.
Retrograde, yeah.
We're showing our true colors.
This new moon, if you're into astrology, like this can only help you. If you don't believe in it, then it's just like you don't believe in the paranormal. You're still going to go about and you're still figure it out. These are just kind of. It's really interesting to me. I do believe really big in astrology. Take the moon, for example. The moon absolutely controls the water. You see a low tide and a high tide. You see it twice a day, right? We're 70% water. You ever hear the hospital or somewhere someone's like, oh, it must be a full moon tonight? The energy really does affect everything about us. So I believe in it.
I believe in it 100%.
When you look at your natal birth chart, if y'all haven't done that, I'll tell you how to do it. one time. You need to look at it. It seriously breaks down every little piece of your life, and it'll say
You need a degree to decipher it. I've read mine numerous times. I'm like,
no, I can help. I've got a site and I can help you. It's legit when you look at this and it's like, hey, when you were born, Venus was in this constellation at this exact spot. So this means that this is how you will love people. This is how you'll communicate. This is the kind of job you'll have. It said I will be in the medical profession. Like it is nuts when you look at it. It's like, hey, whatever your higher power is, whether it's God, whether it's maybe nothing, whatever you have, when you notice all like how much astrology correlates with your everyday life, it's very interesting to, at least, even if you don't believe in it, look at it. Look at your natal birth chart.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
Thanks for reading it, Aaron. Good stuff. Good stuff.
But anyway, so with the new moon, it is really important right now to plant seeds for the next 3 months. What do you want to see grow with your life? Like, this is setting your intentions is magic, and keeping it on your mind is the law of attraction. So right now, with all the heaviness and this ominous, that the retro, it doesn't feel ominous to you. Were you hearing things again, Mike?
Me?
Yeah.
No, it just makes me wonder. Maybe that's why my fucking tomato plants ain't growing.
So
$5.
Everything is ominous right now. There's a lot of negative stuff happening, so it's very important that you're setting intentions to protect yourself from it.
There's a lot of personal things that have been going on with me lately that, it's starting to make a little bit sense. Like, I don't know a lot about retrograde. That's why I was asking, how do you base it? Is it time? Is it
right? So I'll send you a lot of information on it.
Because a lot
It's
of
fascinating when you read
retrograde
it.
time started in 1500 BC with the Egyptians and the sundials,
right?
And time has changed over the periods of years, such as daylight savings time.
And they used the retrograde. They used all the.
A lot of states are actually starting to get rid of daylight savings,
which is great.
That's my phone.
I guess that's why I was asking, because there's a lot of stuff that's been going on a lot with me personally lately that involves, like I know you guys read that post that I posted today about talking to a medium and a guy who does past life regressions. Deep 2-hour conversation I had with this guy that really opened me up to a lot of personal things in my life, my past, and people that I associate with currently. So I got to start, kind of lining all those up. And you mentioned the retrograde and starting to see people's true colors.
Yes,
that really hit. That struck a little nerve, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely interested, and I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
you'll hear back in 3 to 5 weeks, Aaron.
She's worse than me.
That's not true. I've been talking to her, so mind your business.
Stop talking to my lady, Kenna.
Thank you. You're welcome. I tell her false good things about you, so she thinks you're a decent human.
Oh, I love you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You are. I don't think too bad.
So with this retrograde, for people that are like anxious, would it make that worse? Like anxiety, people that.
Yes, it is. It's going to give you it can give you an impending sense of doom, but it's very important to realize that it is the retrograde. It feels heavy right now. So it feels like we're in a very gloomy time, and we're coming right up. It's going to end right after the election.
Go figure. Just like the pandemic.
November the 3rd is the election. November the 13th is when the retrograde ends, and it's really important to be really, really patient. Like the things that you're wanting, if it's a challenge, if it's a new documentary, if it's whatever, be planting your seeds for all of this so that you're ready to go come November, but don't dive head first yet. Like if you're sprinkling little stuff or doing little things, if you have big projects, set it for mid-November or later, just to be safe. And I'm saying this, I have a podcast that might be coming out with my friend Sarah. We might be doing that. And now I'm like, oh, we were talking about doing that in October. She's doing her thing and we're talking about joining. And now that I've been like remembering and studying up on the retrograde, I'm like, oh crap. So we'll see how that goes. It's
Not
just
a good time to start it.
It's very good to be mindful. And if you're having a lot of breakups and stuff, it's good to analyze what you're seeing at face value, because that's what you're going to.
And I like hearing that from you, because there's a lot of there is a big part of me lately that's been wanting to, and you guys are going to hear this here first because I've been a big part of Dead Republic. I've been wanting to take a step back from paranormal. Not completely, but I want to take a step back from investigating and starting to understand more aspects of the field, such as astrology, such as religion, such as angels and demons. And you know, when you're an investigator, your main objective is to just go and prove the existence. That's it. But you don't understand, many of us don't understand the theories behind them. We just want to go out and find ghosts and talk to ghosts and share the greatest EVP we've ever captured. But I want to do more than that. I want to actually evolve in this field outside of just filming documentaries and pretending I think I heard something on a voice recorder. Like, I actually want to step back from the field and start understanding more.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really good time to be planting, like a new moon ritual that I do a lot and that I have seen manifest. When you're wanting to manifest something, whether it's a relationship or a trip or a job or a project or your number one collector's a Ouija board, when it's whatever you're like yearning to do right now in life, this is the time to sit down with pen and put it to paper. This is the time to say, okay, this is what I want to change. This is what I want, whether it's a relationship, whether it's figuring out, whatever it's figuring out, write down. And these are some of the things that I've gotten Matt to do in the past. And, oops, I just knocked over everything on my.
You just knocked.
That's why I'm so incredible now.
There, yeah, it is very interesting. It's a lot of it's shadow work. So it's sitting there saying, this is what I want more of. This is what I want to plant. This is what I'm ready to grow. And then it's more of, this is what no longer serves me and I need to release it. And the new moon, this is when we do like moon work and stuff, when you have the new moon, this is the beginning of the growth of the moon. So you want to grow your stuff with the energy of the moon, and using the moon to be mindful is a tool that I use that it helps keep me on track because it helps keep me aware. So anything that y'all write it down, the stuff that you don't want, put it under a candle, put it under your pillow, think about this stuff, and then say, I release what no longer serves me. You leave it on that paper. The next day when you wake up, light that paper, and that's what you no longer want. That's you cutting cords from stuff, that cords, people, energy, something that stressed you out. That's you letting it go. And then you're allowing yourself to have a room for positive energy. If you're like being mindful and doing these exercises, it will make the biggest difference in your life. Just being positive to pen and paper.
And for those of you that knew me a year ago, know that this stuff works because I wasn't this peace, love, and light weirdo last year. I'm now the person I used to make fun of because of Kenna.
Well, that sucks because I still make fun of you.
It bounces right off me, bro. I got nothing but love for you.
I know. I love you too, buddy. I feel that. I can completely agree with what Ken is saying, and it's really been brought to light to me. Like I said, I had that 2-hour conversation with that guy last night, and the thing that sucks is a lot of the people that are going to be cut out. I can't say cut out.
Cut back.
They might have a different role in your life now.
They're going to have a different role, or maybe none, because they are very close people that I have a feeling are going to make a bad name for me.
Sorry, Steve, you got to go.
But
see you guys.
Unfortunately, I do enough of what I do to think I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried, but at the same time, I got to do what. This is something that's been on the back of my mind for months, and only a few people know what it is. And I think to be honest, I think I hit that breaking point last night, and I think it's the best decision.
You got to take care of yourself, buddy.
Ken is trying to read me, and I can see it.
No, but I will tell you this before I ever knew anything about you, like learning about you and stuff. I'm trying to learn more about people's zodiac. I knew right away Matt was a fire sign, and I said, Mike is a water sign, and I bet you he's a Scorpio. And I went and looked, and your butt is a Scorpio. So
you know what's funny? I was born on the cusp, October 24th.
Oh, really?
I'm on the cusp too.
I was born on my due date.
I can tell that you're emotional and you try to hide it. Like I pick up on that right away.
That's the problem with me, and that's what the guy picked up on.
Yeah.
Shiona, no, I did not do a past life regression yet. I talked to the guy yesterday.
Hey, you know who does a really good past life regression? Sarah, our guest, Sarah Sutherland. That she'll be a guest in the future when she's coming on.
14th of October.
She does. We need to figure out. She does reading. She does past life regressions. We need to pick out something interesting. If any
It
of y'all,
depends on a price.
no, she would just do it on here. I mean, we could just
That's not something you do here.
not.
She can do whatever she wants to me on here. I don't care.
Hey.
No, yeah, seriously.
With Erin's permission.
And
yes.
and
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go.
You, no. Okay. Yeah. No.
But
Still.
anyway, I mean, now that we're
Go, Kenna. Say
I was
it, please.
Funny.
gonna say, I guarantee you, she'll give a discount also. So if people want readings, that's really cool. You should do a past life regression.
Well, the guy I was talking to told me he doesn't have a set price. It's really pay whatever I feel is right. So he could be he can work with me for 6 months and I give him $25. He doesn't care.
They might care.
I would say I
I'd
hope.
be a little upset about that investment.
I mean, I'm making the drive to where I got to go, so I'm not
Right.
paying him a lot. But yeah, kind of, you're right. You really did pick on my. I am a Scorpio. I do have. At this point in my life, I wear my heart on my sleeve. At this point, I have
Yeah.
a wall up. I'm very hard to get close to. I have anger issues, abandonment issues, and it all stems from my past. And the one thing that I got to learn how to do, and one of the reasons why I do want to go to somebody who deals with past life regressions is, I've forgiven people from my past. I have. On the outside. But on the inside, I have not, and I cannot. So I got to learn how to actually forgive people and forgive myself. And those are things that you can't just do.
I did that. So last August, I spent like 6 months doing shadow work, and I was really, really deep into one of the hardest things I ever had to do was I gave someone an apology. My ex-husband broke my nose, he headbutted me. I was late going and getting his beer. He broke my nose. He kicked my face. He kicked me in my ribs at a party. Like I stayed with him for 8 years, cheated on me. You could name as many bad things as you wanted. And of course, I never got that apology. I finally one day just left. And then all of a sudden, ugh.
You end up apologizing to him.
No, I did for 8 years. And that was really hard on me. I also had to do work and forgive myself for letting myself go through all of that. I got pregnant when I was 17 years old. I failed high school. Then I put myself through nursing school and graduated at the top of my class after that. But it was this journey that I look back and I was like, why, Kenna? Why did you do that? Or why did you allow these people or all of this? And it took me months. And then one day I was able to say, I forgive you. I'm telling you, I squalled my eyes out in my shower. And I finally said, you don't even deserve my sadness anymore. This is something that I had to pull it up. I had to think about it. I had to find the lessons in it because no matter what hard thing you go through, there will be a lesson there if you look for it in the right perspective. And that's what I had to do. And forgiving myself was really hard, and it was a part of it because I can't keep looking back and being like, oh gosh, Kenna, why would you do that? Like I can't keep beating myself up because it's gone. It's in the past. I would definitely go back and change it a million ways, but then I wouldn't be here. So I have to find the apologies for myself and for others. And in doing so, this is the last person I want to give an apology to because they really did me really.
And that's
bad.
That's the hardest part is why do you need to give that person an apology to
No, I
on
didn't
when
say
it
to their
wasn't?
face.
No.
Oh.
That's my thing is the one thing he told me was I got to apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize. You apologize to yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. I got to apologize to myself.
No, yeah,
So-
no, you're not. We're not apologizing to them.
No. Yeah, you're right. That's what I meant. I got to apologize to myself, but I'm trying to figure out why do I apologize to myself when
If
I did nothing wrong?
Right. So it's just if you went through and that's what I think it's more like guilt versus shame. I'm learning that they're two different things. There's a lot that I hold in that I thought I was guilty of, and it's really just shame for the situation. I don't think that you're just saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry to myself." If you went through something that hurt you, then it's kind of just like, "I'm sorry that you were there," but also saying, "Hey, look how much you've grown from it." So,
I can see that. I can
hi,
see that.
Sarah. I'm excited for her to come on. She's my
Sarah,
mentor.
Kenna just offered your services for free to everybody.
I did not. I said she'll give a booze and booze discount. I bet you.
I back Ken up. She did not say free.
Yes, I did not say.
What are you guys in cahoots now?
Yeah, we just had a long heart to heart.
Well, look at us pushing our show to 9:30.
It's about GD time you had a heart to heart. God.
Oh,
Listen. I am a Scorpio, which basically means in Italian, which means I'm basically a fucking woman without a menstrual cycle.
There's another $5.
Yeah.
That's how I knew you were a Scorpio.
It's not happening.
That's not it.
I'm more bipolar than Ohio's fucking weather, okay?
I know.
No, you.
And you know, speaking about
the Wildwood Challenge is ended. There's no more.
That's always on. It's always on the table. I can't say GD. You can't drop F-bombs.
I do what I want.
Speaking about like forgiveness, isn't it weird how it's easier to forgive somebody else than it is to forgive yourself?
Well, you haven't lived in those other people's shoes, so you can say I forgive them for doing that. But when you have to look yourself in the face and deal with the things that you have done or that you have that have affected you in maybe not a positive way, it's not always very easy. So
I guess I get it. It's like apologizing for yourself. So, excuse me. For instance, you think about your past. You think about your past, and you allow that past to progress you down a certain road. And then when you finally realize that was the wrong road, you got to forgive yourself for not going down the one you wanted. If that makes sense.
It's easy to sit here and say, well, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, and then you can get stuck in the past. That's where you have to, that's why you have to just apologize. When you're apologizing though, you're apologizing and you're releasing it back to the universe. You can do whatever you want with this energy. It's not mine anymore, whatever, but you're letting it go, and you can't stay. Once you make the decision to apologize and forgive and stuff, that's where it's at. And that's what's so humbling about the experience, because I did so much crying and I did so much thinking and writing and journaling. And when I was finally able to say, I forgive you, even though you don't deserve this forgiveness, and I know I'm not going to get an apology. And if I get an apology, it's not even going to mean anything to me at this point. So, shit, I forgot. Shoot.
Oh,
$5.
Wow. I lost my train of thought.
You know what we should do? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Good idea. We are gonna put each one of us. This is what we're gonna do. Each one of us is gonna pick one location.
For what?
Homestead doesn't count. Homestead doesn't count. We're not donating to your building. So, Wildwood donations are over. So every time we cuss, we tally it at $5. Any one of us that cusses, we tally it at $5. Each one of us picks one location to donate money to. In 1 year, we let that money add up
That's
per
funny.
episode. And then at the end of the year, we do a drawing to see which location that money goes to.
We better start like a PayPal or something that we can send $5 to every time. So it's not like
you're gonna owe like $3,000 by November.
We'll get one.
Each episode, we'll just send our money in. Woo! I finally owe $5.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
if someone keeps
cuss a
tabs.
lot. What?
If someone keeps tabs.
Keep
What did
tabs.
you say?
Oh,
this has been a great chat, you guys. You guys are looking bored.
For sure.
9:30.
All right, I'm gonna go because I gotta get the kids to bed.
I got to get myself to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be on next week.
Y'all's new moon exercise.
You
Next
guys
week.
have fun chatting next week. I won't be here.
We
Enjoy.
got Daniel class next week. Excited. But
No, Steve.
you guys, the 23 people that are here next week, or that are here now, got to tune in next week to hear about the awesome guest we have in 2 weeks. We have a great guest in 2 weeks, but you got to tune in next week.
We have great guests every week, first and foremost.
Well, yeah, but exactly.
A very, very well-known guest in the company.
Very well
Yes,
known.
yes.
Very well known.
And we also, come October, we've got a hell of a lineup in October.
Yeah.
For
Our
sure.
Halloween special is going to be super dope. That's going to be awesome.
Wait, what?
Special?
Our Halloween special is going to be a 2-hour special, not on Halloween, the Wednesday right before Halloween.
Who do we have that day? Because I don't have it written down.
I can't tell you live right now.
Oh, wait, yes, I do. It's right here.
Yeah,
You can't see it.
couple of my homies that no one's going to be told until then.
All righty.
If I go close, maybe they'll see it.
Oh, no.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, Justin.
I will see you two Saturday. Dustin, I'll see you Saturday. Anybody else at MADCON, I'll see you guys out there.
I might see you Friday. Save a spot in that sleeping bag, buddy.
Ooh.
Everybody, Saturday, I'll see you guys. I'm
Kind of
going
Beth,
down to.
she's doing finger pointing.
I'm
No,
gonna be at
Your guys are
Madison.
back in style.
I'll be at Madison about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Obviously.
I don't know where you guys are gonna be about.
What time are you
noon.
leaving?
What are we going to be dressed up for, Shiona? No, not this weekend. No, we're going to be dressed in all the flyest gear.
Who, me, Kenna?
Yeah, what time are you heading out there?
7. I live an hour away.
Oh, even
Yeah, I only live an hour from
7.
Madison.
Kind of like, ew, 7.
Yeah, ghosts know better. Spirits know don't. They're not going to be up and active at 8 a.m.
Well, we're
Mike's
not
just trying to escape
investigating.
his
It's
children.
it's a Paracon.
They
Mike's
told
trying to
me.
get the Cornerstone as soon as they open. Get some beers and burgers.
No,
9
that's
a.m.
gonna
beers?
be about 1 o'clock. I need some fucking garlic parm wings.
Yes.
Whoa, so much money.
Yeah, you're going to be broke by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'll catch everybody in 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in a couple days.
For Halloween. No, we won't be dressed up for that, Shiona, but we could.
Steve, bring some slick fin.
Will do. All right.
All
I'll
right,
see
Steve,
you
see you
Saturday.
everybody.
See the
Drive
other 2
safe,
years
man.
next week.
Drive safe. All
Good
right, guys.
night.
Good
Good night.
night, Tori.
Thanks,
Tori.
everybody. See you next Wednesday, 8
Bye,
p.m.
Kenna. See you next week. We got a lot to talk about then.
Peace out.
Brussels sprout.
Later, Gators. See you Saturday,
Bye, Matt.
brother.
I'll see you Saturday, brother. Safe drive.
So, hell yes, man.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Booze and Booze. We're out till next weekend. Like we said, we got Dan Class. 2 of us are going to be up at Madison Seminary this weekend for MADCON with Adam Kimmel. We got Dan Class. Gateway Paranormal is going to be there. It's going to be a super fun time. If you're up in Madison, definitely tune in. We're out, guys. Till next weekend.